Hi, Heather here from Yougista. Do you wake up in the morning feeling a little stiff? Maybe you feel it in your feet when you first step out of bed? Here's a morning yoga routine to help take the stiffness out of your body from the ground up. We're going to work the toes, ankles, calves. I think you get where I'm going with this. So take a big inhale through your nose and bring your arms up behind you and stretch your fingers and toes long. Take an exhale, sigh it out. Let your belly come in towards your spine. Let your back push into the mat. We'll do that one more time. Inhale here, lengthening your body long. And exhale. Belly in, back into the mat. And from here, hug your right knee into your chest. Take a moment to bring your right knee in towards your right shoulder. Keep your foot nice and loose. And we'll make some big circles here, warming up your toes and ankles and foot. And we'll circle it the other way. And release your right leg down to the floor. Bring your left knee into your chest, pulling the left knee towards the left shoulder. And take a moment to circle your left foot, stretching through the toes and the ankle. And circle it the other way. We'll bring both knees into the chest. Give them a nice squeeze. Point your toes and flex your feet. And point, and flex, and one more point, and one more flex. And we'll lower the soles down to the floor. Keep your left foot down on the mat, bring your right knee in, and we'll stretch that right leg up to the ceiling. Reach through your heel, take hold of your hamstring, and pull your leg in a little closer to you, stretching your heel up to the ceiling. Feeling it in your calf, back of your leg. And we'll point the toe here. Nice stretch along the front of your leg, maybe pulling that right leg in a little bit closer. And release. And bring the right foot down to the floor. And left knee in. Left heel up to the ceiling. Take hold underneath your hamstring. Stretch your heel up towards the ceiling. Reaching through the heel, leg a little closer. Now point your toe. Nice stretch in the front of your leg. And release. And bring the left foot down to the floor. We'll take the soles of the feet together, come into a nice reclined butterfly pose. Allow your knees to open. Maybe let your shoulders and palms reach up towards the ceiling. Taking a few breaths, letting your knees come a little bit softer to the floor. And from here, gently guide your knees back together. Walk your feet out about mat width apart. Let your knees come together, squeezing the inside of your thighs, belly into the floor. Low abs can lift up and in. And take a few breaths here, squeezing your knees together. And we'll heel toe the feet back so that they're hip distance apart. Bring your knees into your chest. Take hold of your knees with your hands. And we'll make some big circles here, like we're stirring a pot of soup. And circle it the other way. And rolling over onto your left side, using your left arm as a pillow, making your way into a fetal position, resting your palm on the floor. And let's gently push ourselves up to seated. And find a comfortable seated position. Sitting bones on the floor. Let your hands come to your thighs. Let your shoulders roll up, down, and back. Let's make some big circles with our hips, our body. Circle the other way. And sitting nice and tall at center, taking your left leg so your shin is parallel to the front edge of your mat. Taking your right leg in your hand, either holding like this or if it's more comfortable from underneath. So taking hold of your right leg like you're holding a baby, and let's rock it open. And from here, you're going to stack your right leg on top of your left, lining your heels up with your knees as best you can. Sitting bones on the floor. It can be a bit of an intense hip opener here. Take an inhale, arms up. Take an exhale and bring your fingertips down. Let your head be heavy. Rock your fingertips forward. If it's available to you, bring the elbows down to the mat. And you'll really start to feel your hips warm up here. Let your head get a little closer to the floor, letting it be heavy. Letting the breath come into those areas where you feel tension, maybe in your hips. And we're going to slowly walk it up. And we'll switch sides. So the right leg is now parallel to the edge of your mat, taking your left leg into your hands and taking a few moments to cradle it in your arms and rock it like a baby. And we're stacking the left leg now on top of the right, hips squared. Inhale, arms up, and exhale to fold. Walking the fingertips forward, maybe coming down onto the elbows, letting your head be heavy, chin is slightly tucked. Using your breath to help you breathe through any tension you might be feeling. And with the chin slightly tucked, you're going to slowly walk it up. Take your hands behind you, soles of the feet on the floor. And we'll do a few windshield wiper blades with those knees, still warming up the hips. Let's come to a seated cross-legged position. Sit nice and tall, shoulders up, down, and back. Hands to the mat. We'll walk your fingers out to the right. And we'll take the left arm up and over. Taking a few breaths here. Just find some length from the left sitting bones to the tips of the fingers. And inhale to come back up. And walk the left fingertips out. And take the right arm up and over. Taking a few breaths here. And finding length along your right side body. Inhale and come back up. Taking your hands behind you now, sitting tall, shoulder blades pushed together. Opening it up. Right hand stays where it is. Left arm up and over. Take a big breath in to lengthen. Take an exhale and twist to your right. Stay here for a few breaths. Going a little bit deeper with every exhalation. You're going to inhale, come back to center, right arm up and over, exhale, belly into the spine. Inhale, back up. Hands behind you, pressing into the floor, shoulder blades a little closer together. Left hand down. Now right arm up and over. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, twist and gaze left. And breathe into your belly. Exhaling a little bit deeper. And inhale back to center, left arm up and over. Exhale, belly into the spine. And inhale back up. We're going to make our way to all fours now. Wrists are under the shoulders. The knees are underneath the hips. Still warming up that back. Exhale, belly into the spine. Send the back up to the ceiling. Inhale, tip your tailbone back, chest forward and head up. And one more time, exhale. And one more time, inhale. And let's bring the back to a straight position on your exhale. Big toes together, knees apart, hip distance or wider. Sit back at your heels, palms forward. Make your way to child's pose. Walk your hands over to the right side, taking your left hand close to your right, finding lots of space along the left side of your body. And we're going to inhale it back through center. And over to the left, taking your right hand close to your left, finding length along the right side. And we're going to inhale and come back to center. Slither your body forward so you're lying on your belly, toes on the mat, hands to either side of your shoulders, and forehead at center. And on your next inhalation, we're going to come to a cobra. You're going to lift your head and chest, your hands to hovering. You're not lifting with your hands. You're letting that back do the work. And exhale and lower down. Take your hands to the top corners of your mat, bend your elbows. We're going to inhale and lift ourselves up to a Sphinx pose. And if you're not feeling too much compression on your lower back, you can take it up a little bit further, pressing into your hands, coming all the way up with the arms straight. Make sure you're not holding any tension in your neck. We're going to turn the head to the right. And come back to center. And exhale, turn to the left. And back to center. Come down onto the elbows. Forehead to the floor. And again, big toes together, knees apart. Come back into your child's pose. And take your hands as far forward as you can. Press the tips of each of your fingers into the mat. Lift your wrists up off the floor like you've got little grapefruits underneath your hands. Lift your elbows and forearms as high as you can. And now press each of your fingers into the floor, gripping all of your fingers and knuckles. Fingers are spread apart like a starfish. And from here, curl the toes, send the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Gaze behind you, no tension in the neck. Take a moment to pedal out the feet. Come up onto your toes. Slowly walk the feet forward towards the hands. Take the feet hip distance apart. Let the knees be soft. Take hold of your opposite elbows. Let your upper body dangle. Crown of the head down towards the floor. Letting the weight come more forward. Pressing your big toes into the earth. Make sure you're not holding tension in your neck. Should be able to shake your head, yes. And now, release your fingers down to the floor. Lengthen the crown of the head down. And with the chin slightly tucked, slowly come up to standing. Stacking your bones, one on top of the other. Head comes up last. Take your toes together, heels slightly apart. Take a big breath in. Gaze up at your thumbs. Take an exhale, fold in half and hinge at your waist. Take an inhale, come halfway up to a flat back. Take an exhale to fold, fingertips lengthen, crown of the head down to the floor. Now press into your feet. Let's take a big inhalation, reverse swan dive, lifting yourself up. And exhale, and bring your hands to your heart. Take a moment to find your center. Should be all warmed up now. Go out